Welcome back to our YouTube channel. This is A for Model. If you did not subscribe, you're missing so much I cannot explain. Don't forget to, I think it's somewhere here, or is it this side? I'm not sure. Just when you see something red, just click on it, subscribe. I'm your usual host, Jupiter Acheng Adamson. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about turns on the runway. Turns, what I mean is how to live your runway. How do you live your runway leaving an effect? How do you live your runway looking all good and still with confidence and energy? How do you live your runway and leaving the people behind wanting more of you? So I'm going to be showing you some of the turns you can do when you're leaving your runway. So our first turn is going to be half turn one. In half turn one leg has to be in front of the other. You can either use it when you're coming into the runway, joining the runway, or when you're leaving the runway. So when the one leg is in front of the other, either right or left. So half turn one leg in front of the other, since it helps you to leave the runway. So as you come, and then you pause with one leg in front of the other. As you can see, I have my right leg in front, and then you just turn. That is half turn. So if your right leg is in front, means you have to turn to the left, but if your left leg is in front, means you have to turn to the right. It doesn't matter which leg, but whichever is easier for you. So it's that simple. That is half turn one. Half turn two, on the other hand, is still the same way. One leg in front of the other, but now you have to turn to that leg that is in front, towards the right. So since I use right, I'm going to be using the word right a lot. So if my right leg is in front, means I'm going to turn towards the right. But don't forget the head. Normally people forget the head. When you're turning, you don't turn with your head. Your head counts when your last leg is leaving the runway. This is what I mean. If your leg is in front, you're doing half turn two, you turn. You're still looking this side, you already crossed. The only time you turn your head is if your leg comes and you're leaving. When I'm leaving is when my head turns. So that is half turn two. Same goes for half turn one. When I'm here, when I turn, my head is still here. When I'm leaving, my head turns. So there are two simple things. I'm going to do the half turn one and half turn two together, and then I show you my head, and I move and I go. So that is half turn one and half turn two. So our next turn is going to be a throwback turn. This, unlike the half turns, this one, your legs have to be at the same level. Half turn, one leg has to be in front, but throwback turn, your legs have to be at the same level. And you throw back one leg, and then the other leg follows. Normally it's good if you throw back your weak leg so your strong leg follows, because when you came into the runway you had all the energy and the confidence, and you have to keep it like that to keep the audience interested. But if you throw back your strong leg and your weak leg comes, it's not going to give you the best walk as you're leaving. But if you throw back the weak leg first, because it's like you're still paused, and then you throw back the strong leg and you continue moving with the energy and the confidence. So this is what I mean. You come into the runway, you pause, you throw the weak leg, move with the right leg. So my weak leg is left and my strong leg, that's the word, is right. So I throw first my left leg. My head stays, don't forget, your head stays until the other leg comes, and then you throw back the strong leg and you keep walking with the same energy you came with. So I reach at the end of my runway, I want to turn, I'm done pausing, so now I want to turn. I throw back my weak leg, and then I bring my strong leg and move with the same energy I came with. Next turn is going to be double half turn or pivot turns, and we do them in the middle of the runway. We're going to do them in the middle of the runway. Unlike the previous two, the half turn and the throwback, this one we are going to do it in the middle of the runway as we are moving. So this is what I mean. As you move, and then when you reach in the middle of the runway, you step and turn, then make 1, 2 and turn. So those are two half turns. When I step like this, you can either call it a half turn or pivot turn. So that's why I call them two half turns, because I'm doing two of them so I can continue moving. Remember, I am heading that way and I haven't yet reached, so I have to do two of them to be able to turn back to where I was going. So you move. When you reach where you want to turn from, the next leg you turn, and then you have to step with the first leg, and the second leg you turn, and you continue walking to where you are going. It's as easy as that. Our next turn is going to be a full turn. This is our full turn, and it's also done in the middle of the runway. You don't do it at the end of the runway, because that means that you'll be going ahead and stepping on people probably. So you have to do it in the middle of the runway, and you continue to where you're going. This is how a full turn is done. So you move, and when you reach at the place where you want to do your full turn, your leg goes that way. If you stand like this, you may not make a proper full turn. So you move, reach where you want to do your turn from, your leg goes like that, and then you turn. You come back to where you are and continue moving. So let me show it to you faster. That is how a full turn is done, and it just makes. But remember, there is a better way to learn a full turn. When you put together half turn 1 and half turn 2, it gives you a full turn. This is what I'm saying. So when you're doing your half turn 1, one leg in front, then you turn, and then you do half turn 2. That's a full turn, because a full turn just needs you to make a 360 and come back to where you are. You do a half turn 1, half turn 2, and do them together. That's a full turn. Even if you can do them faster, if it's a faster thing, and you have your full turn. So, this next turn, it's also done in the middle of the runway, but it's a continuous one. Unlike the pivot and the half turns and the full turn, for it, it's a moving turn. You do it as you're going. And this is how we do it. So you have to lift your legs so you don't knock yourself as you're doing it. This is how it goes. It's a continuous turn, that's why we call it moving turn. And as you turn your legs, just like full turn, you have to tilt your legs at some point when you're going to do it. So when you're going to do a walking turn, this is what you do. You step, 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 and continue. So you step and tilt a bit, step and tilt, and you make a good moving turn. It just spices up your runway. There's nothing really much about it, but it makes your runway look interesting. It makes you look confident.
Yeah, it's the freshest nigga around town. Big Michael Jackson. Oh, I love you. Oh, I love you. Oh, I love you. Oh, I love you. Basili muka kanyunga sudi. I'm in love with you, but you could money how I feel. And all I really no city with a gang so deep. I'm in love with you, but you could money how I feel. The way you whine when you make a big man cry, the candy so cool.